Just ahead on Crossroads, see how the Marion High School Band is hitting the field and reviving its marching program.
We talk with the new Grant County Extension Director, Stacy Klepper, about the harvest season.
We'll head out to the Fall Brawl and take a spin in a demolition car.
And see how some local legends are still impacting the Boys and Girls Club. It's all just ahead on Crossroads.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads. I'm Randall King.
And I'm Shaylee Clark.
And isn't it kind of been a little unusual to be back in the studio, but comfortable too?
It is. I miss the sunshine. The lights just don't have the same effect.
Well, just look back here. You've got
it's
a little
Grant
bit
County.
of all kind of Grant County back here, and you're in a comfortable environment. But it has been a fun summer. But I'm glad that fall is here, and we still have a lot of events we'll be going on location for. And you like fall?
I like fall. Pumpkins, you get to go get all the fall drinks everywhere, you know, go through the haunted corn mazes. So much fun.
I thought
I'm
you
ready
were going to
for fall.
say food, but then you said the
I said
corn
corn
maze.
maze.
Yeah,
which, you know, it's kind of
you
food.
grew up in Indiana. You know all about that. Well, it's kind of been an interesting fall for us. Already we had some high school football on WIW-TV, which is a new wrinkle for us. And I can't be out there on Friday nights and not think about my days in band. High school marching band. Did you do that?
My school didn't have band, but you did it. So what instrument did you play?
Trombone.
Whoa,
They always
trombone.
we always march on the front row so you don't hit someone in the back of the head. But that was part of Friday night experience in the South. It was way back when, but I understand it hasn't been going on here in Grant County, and now maybe it's coming back.
Yeah, marching band is something that is a little foreign to Grant County, actually, and there hasn't really been a field presence with any band in a long time until this year. And Stephanie McCracken found out that Marion High School's marching band is starting small. It's rebuilding and taking it one practice and one performance at a time.
Friday night football has taken on a whole new meaning for Marion High School's marching band. Now, it's their time to shine. Joshua Huff took over the band this year and revived the marching program after a 9-year hiatus. And part of that new venture is educating their audience.
We are really trying extremely hard to represent Marion, the community, the county, to the highest ability that we're able to produce this year. We deal with a community that's never seen a competitive marching band. It's been since 2005, so that's 9-10 seasons. So we struggle with that and them understanding what it means when we're actually out here doing our thing.
On most nights of the week, the band uses a makeshift parking lot field. It's not an easy practice, but they do what they can because they have a goal.
We're all about getting better, and we're all about being able to say that I did better today than I did before. And that's kind of been our goal ever since from the get-go and from when we started with our first show.
It's nerve-wracking when you know that everyone's watching, but we've had really good results, and it's a good feeling when we walk off that field knowing that we've done something well and we're making a new name for Marion.
They may be a small group, but these musicians are dedicated and united.
I mean, it's harder than it seems. I watch it on TV sometimes, like when they go to Indianapolis, and I just look at that and like, oh, that's easy because I can play the drums. But when you march, it's much harder out there, and it takes a lot of discipline.
I've been in 3 school corporations. This is easily some of the best kids I've been around. They are extremely talented. They're extremely hardworking. They're dedicated, and they do work well together. I've had more than enough directors in the last both competitions and even since I've taken the job say to me that the kids have been extremely respectful at the contest sites and made Marion, kind of got rid of that old reputation. And hey, that's a different school corporation, so it's really nice.
I mean, everyone's different when they're in marching band, but everyone's the same. Everyone has the same goals. Everyone wants to be better. Everyone wants to gain 10 points every week. That's what the staff tells us. Every week we want to gain 10 points. And everyone's got that same goal, which really brings different types of people together. People from JOTC, people that are in athletic teams, and people who are not normally with other people. I mean, we all come together as a band family, and we conquer everything one step at a time.
And when Friday night comes, they hit the turf with adrenaline, ready to show Marion what they're all about.
It's really cool because before band was just like basketball games, and now it's like a season, like it's marching band season, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to see a lot of different things that we'd never experienced before.
We've been able to say, like, I had a good day at the end of marching band, because this has definitely been one of the highlights of my day, one of the highlights of my week, being able to come out here and work with this wonderful band, wonderful director, and just, I know, just having a good time.
A good day is all that it takes to get these students excited to play the right notes and hit their marks. And no matter the obstacles they face, they're marching to the beat of their own band. For Crossroads, I'm Stephanie McCracken.
Well, crisp night air, and I think about being in band and all those days again, so I applaud those young people who are going through those practices on hot pavement and August days and then September days. Also, you can have an experience like that on Friday night.
I wish I could have been in that. That really does look like a lot of fun.
It is work. It is work, but it means something. And I remember the band going to a competition, and actually, brand new high school, brand new band, and we actually won something. Said, oh, this is what's possible. So wish the same for Marion High School. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk with the new Grant County Extension Director.
Hear from Stacy Klepper about what to expect this upcoming harvest season.
Well, welcome back to Crossroads. Fall is here, of course, and that means harvest. And we brought in the brand new Grant County Extension Director, Stacy Klepper, to talk about the season and say hello to the Crossroads audience. Stacy, welcome to Grant County. It's not new territory for you, but a new job.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Well, those of us who are lay people can look at the fields and say they look good. So has it been as good of a summer as it appears to have been? Are we looking good for harvest?
We're going to know a lot more in the next couple of weeks once harvest starts to start. But overall, yeah, it looks like we're expecting really good yields.
Now, I know they're saying that winter could be coming a little earlier this year.
Whoever they are.
The weather predictors, I guess. Do you think frost will be a problem?
It could be. I know I've heard several of these as well, and I have seen several reports and predictions that there could be quite an early frost. And if that's the case, it's not going to hurt the corn crop, but the soybean crop that's a little bit farther behind, there could be some detriment to that.
What happens in that case? Does a farmer maybe go ahead and get things out early, thinking that's coming, or you just wait it out and hope for the best?
It depends on exactly where we're at. Within another week or two, most of the crop's going to be dying back down anyways, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. If it would happen sooner than that, where the crop hasn't started to die back yet, then yeah, they may have to make a decision as to, do I go ahead and try to get this out, or do I just wait until after?
And is part of your job helping assist these farmers know what to do, maybe to harvest early, or give them what you think is going to happen?
Yeah, and I'm really, crop production is not my specialty area, but the wonderful thing about Purdue is that we do have connections to those specialists. So sometimes farmers might contact me, and if I don't have an answer for them, I help them get them in contact with the person that can help them. So that's a lot of what we do.
There's a range of things I don't understand, which is why I need your expertise, but it did seem like we hit a stretch through the summer there where it was extremely dry, but I haven't read that really affected the crop, that we had lots of good moisture early in the summer and spring. Is that accurate?
Again, I think we'll have a much better picture once harvest starts, but I think that there probably was some detriment to it. What I have heard is that a lot of the cobs, the corn cobs, they aren't as long as what they should be and not as nearly as filled out. And so that can affect the yield over time. So that's something that we're going to have to look at for sure.
And maybe based on past years, what made those years the best to, maybe with the best harvest compared to this year?
One of the big things is the reduction or the lack of stress of the plant. So whether the stress comes from the heat or even cooler temperatures or not enough water, too much rain, whatever it might be. So anytime there's stress factors in there, it's gonna stress the plant, which reduces the overall yield. And so really a good year is when we have less stress factors at the most critical times, and that's when it makes a big difference.
Some of your job is fact-finding, some of it's just advice. Is there any advice that you have at this point, or is it just we're set, we're going to be watching the weather, and we'll see what we know?
It really is. The biggest thing that we're looking at is once it comes out of the field, whether the farmer is going to want to sell it immediately or whether they're going to want to store it to try to hopefully get a better price later on, maybe through the winter or early spring. So I think that's where a lot of producers are right now, is trying to evaluate their options as far as storage.
And I'm going to follow up there, and because I want to make sure we get this question in. I know you can in the last minute explain farm economics. I couldn't, but it seems like prices are a little low. Is that just because of abundance or factors that we can't see or do or control?
There's a list of factors,
yeah.
But yeah, prices are low, and really what it's looking like is that it's going to cost the farmer more than what they're going to make this year, as far as what prices are right now.
So storage might be a good option for some of them.
That's right.
Well, if you want to get more information about the Purdue Extension Office and what they do and how they can benefit from their knowledge, you can call 651-2413 or email them at grantces@purdue.edu. And thank you so much, Stacy, for joining us today.
And welcome to Grant County, which is already your home, but welcome to this office. You've been there since April, and
yes, thank you very much.
We'll be talking to you again. Thanks for the update. When we come back, I'm going to get a chance to crawl into a demolition car.
Watch as Randall spins out on the derby tracks. Stay with us.
I think this is funny right here. Well, welcome back to Crossroads. As you can see, we're out of the studio and we are on location at the Fall Brawl Demolition Derby here with my friend John Shrout, who has got his vehicle. Do you have a name for this vehicle here?
Nope.
You don't have a name for it because you don't think it's going to be around long enough?
Nah, it ain't gonna be around.
Well, believe it or not, they're going to actually give me a little chance to drive here, and I don't think you're going to let me hit anything, which is a good plan. But John, you're going to give me, with your baby here, a chance to see what we do in demolition derbies, driving techniques, right?
Yep, we're gonna take a couple laps.
Okay.
Take a couple laps in derby track.
I think the amazing thing is I even got in here. That was probably worth an outtake there. All right, so does gear shift work here?
Yep.
How do I know I'm in drive?
Right there, you're in drive right now.
Okay.
Wait, let off the brake.
What's that?
Yep, you're in drive.
Oh, okay.
Just take it easy, we'll go around.
All right. Nope. Wasn't in drive. All right, so.
You just go right here, turn right through here. We'll go back around.
So right now I'm just driving like driving.
Yep.
At what point does someone realize, I've got to start hitting someone else and all that? Am I going around here?
Yep.
All right.
Make you a lap right around there.
Do you do anything different? I mean, is it like bumper cars, but just for real?
Yep, more or less. You
That's
go right,
what
you go up. All right. You turn right here too if you want to just roll over that
So
ramp.
what is the goal? Just keep going until someone
Go that ramp you want to.
can't go anymore?
Cruise over.
Oh, we get to do a ramp.
I wouldn't hit it very hard. No, but
That was too hard?
no.
Oh, okay.
You just go. If you got like 15 laps, you can just kind of roll around and.
How do you
You gotta
win?
win.
How do you win?
Whoever makes the most laps in the autocross.
Okay.
What we're doing now is on the autocross track.
Yeah.
You go in there, you can make a couple circles.
So you're not so much trying to hit.
In the autocross, no, you're more or less just trying to finish your laps. You get the most laps finished. And
So that's what I do when I do bumper cars. I actually try to avoid people, but except my family, I try to hit.
while you're driving right now, I'll be in here, and we're supposed to hit each other.
You're supposed to hit it here.
Yep.
Can I at least do some 360s?
Hey, it won't do it. It's front wheel drive.
What's that?
It's front wheel drive. It won't do it.
Well, I mean, I can tell myself I'm doing it, right? Okay, so just imagine me hitting someone. That would be cool, right? No, you're not too impressed there, John. John, how does someone decide they want to do this, even on the weekends for fun?
I've been doing it since I was 10 years old, so.
Yeah, who needs a license for this, right?
Right.
Everybody signs the waiver. I'm gonna do the bump again here. This is kind of a big moment for me. Oh, that was killer. When you're in the demolition derby, do you stop and reverse and all that kind of stuff? Because I've seen that. So
like this car here, you would go in reverse a little more because it ain't as tough, and you'd want to use the back of it. But in a little bit tougher car, you could use the front.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just driving around here, I know I'm not setting any records or anything, but it's a pretty rough track.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff you say, man, I got to get off this road, but that's exactly what you're doing.
We'll be running about 35 or 40 on it later.
I've seen all kinds of ages here. You said you started at 10. Do you actually have competitions for that age?
Yeah, it's called a youth class.
I'm going to go in the arena again here and imagine, so I'm here. We can just imagine, I like that vibration there. So I'm imagining, I can just...
That's reverse. There you go.
So I'm just imagining I'm hitting someone, but of course it's not happening.
Right now, like today, we have a youth class that's for the littler guys, like 11, 12, 13, stuff like that. Then we have a different class for a little bit older kids that are like 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to tell people about Demolition Derby and what they need to know if they want to check it out sometime in the future? Check out a good show.
Come to the Fall Brawl.
Come to Fall Brawl, which is every September for
We got
quite a while.
September, then last year we had one in June, but it's just called the 4-H Derby.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have a pretty good amount of cars.
Yeah.
But in Fall Brawl we have a little bit more action.
Yeah, well, the crowd is building, and it's a big night, and you gonna win with this thing tonight?
I'm gonna try.
Well, I didn't ruin it for you.
No.
Okay, so we don't have a name for it, and it's still running, so that's a good thing. So thanks for the demonstration, John. Thanks for good luck tonight in the Fall Brawl. When we come back, we'll have details on the banquet at the Boys and Girls Club, where some of the Marion Giants legends came back to talk about what the club meant for them. You're watching Crossroads.
Well, welcome back to Crossroads. Well, we are in a little bit of a transition period. Football season will be ending.
No.
Basketball season will be
lots
coming.
of football to play still.
Lots of football. Of course you say that. You're a guy. But we shouldn't forget where a lot of sports started for a lot of people, and that is the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club in Grant County is one of those things you start talking to people about, and lots of people have memories of that. And some of those are connected to some very important people. It's provided programs for a lot of kids in Grant County for a number of years. Some of those are kids who actually grew up to do really extraordinary things. A few of those legends, you might call them, came back to celebrate and help raise money for the club that started it all. Bart Bland has our story.
Thank you so much, James Blackman Sr., and we're looking forward
James
to
Blackman Sr., Courtney Moses, and Zach Randolph grew up going to the Grant County Boys and Girls Club, and they all came back to Marion to be honored at Saturday night's Legends of the Club auction. James Blackman Sr. went to the club as a young boy, and he said it shaped him into who he is today.
I wouldn't be in this position now if it wasn't for the Boys Club. I think Mr. McMillan, who gave the environment, made it a safe environment, gave me an opportunity to learn how to compete, learn how to show great sportsmanship and be competitive. Even if you're playing ping pong, it was competitive at the Boys Club, or if you're playing pool. So I never forget that type of environment, and Mike was one of the guys that set me on the right path.
The Memphis Grizzlies power forward was another of 14 people who were honored at the event. Randolph said he's very grateful for everything the Boys and Girls Club did for him.
The Memphis Grizzlies, grit and grind. Some of that started right here at Marion for you, didn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is where it all started from. My hard work, my work ethic. Special thanks to that man over there, Mike McMillan. People talk about the Boys Club, but Mike was like a father to me and Andrew and to guys, the kids that didn't have no dad and, a father in his life. So we use that as like another home.
Randolph's best friend since third grade, Andrew Morrell, was another who grew up in the club. He may not have been one who was inducted as a legend of the club, but his time there was special all the same.
Just going down there and just knowing that as a kid, for me, it was important to see adults who love kids. And so not having a father for me growing up, having somebody like Mike McMillan or Kelly Morton who would love you and spend time with you and talk to you, and also discipline and correct you, it was big for me.
Trent Daly, the past president of the board for the Boys and Girls Club, said the event took a lot of planning, but the auction was a great way to remember people who have gone through the club and succeeded in their careers.
We've been thinking a long time about different things we could do in the community. We don't really have a big event for the Boys and Girls Club, so we're trying to come up with that staple event. And there's a lot of other auctions but there's not a sports memorabilia auction. And this is somewhere that hits homes with a lot of our club kids, with a lot of our legends, people that have gone on to do great things.
But the event wasn't all about the auction. It was about showing how the club helped so many kids grow into successful people. This was the first in what the club hopes to be an annual event of honoring legends and showing what a difference it can do in a child's life. For Crossroads, I'm Bart Bland.
And Shayla, you look at that and you realize all those famous people who've accomplished many things, they started somewhere. They started as a kid in this community with someone that needed to care for them.
I just think it's incredible that they were able to be mentored. And you don't even think those mentors probably knew that they were impacting them so much, but years down the road, they still remember them and say they were father-like, brother-like. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club does a great work. Well, we want you to know we value your input on this show. If you have ideas for stories or something you'd like to see us do here at Crossroads or go out and cover, why don't you email us at crossroads@nwest.edu, crossroads@wes.edu. You can always send us a letter or a postcard on regular mail, Crossroads, WIWU-TV, 4201 South Washington Street, Marion, Indiana, 46953.
Or you can watch past episodes, see all of our local programming, and hear all about exciting things happening here by visiting our website. It's www.wiwutv.com. That's wiwutv.com/crossroads for a direct link to this show. And while you're on the web, head over and like our Facebook page and check out our Twitter page. You'll get a behind-the-scenes look at what we do and get some fun previews as well. That's facebook.com/wiwutv and follow us on Twitter at wiwutv.
I know we have a little bit of the Facebook crowd got to see that scene that we put in the last segment about me crawling into the car. Did you get a look at that?
I did get to look at that, and I also laughed at that. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't set the camera rolling on purpose to embarrass myself, but I looked at that clip and I said, oh, that's hilarious. So that's what you get on Facebook, is you get a good little chuckle, sometimes in advance of the show.
And now you can say you've crawled through a car window.
And next time it's going to be her doing something embarrassing.
Oh, great. Yay.
We've had that happen
We've already
before.
had that enough. No
That'll
more.
happen again. Well, for everyone who's been a part of this program, I'm Randall King.
And I'm Shaylee Clark. The Crossroads of Life bring people together, and that's what we try to do here each week.
Thanks for watching, everyone. So long.